Hey everybody, this is Kyle at Print My Threads here in Flatwoods, Kentucky, and we are going to show you how to print a t-shirt today. So come on inside and we'll show you how it works. Alright, so we're inside the shop here. We're in the showroom. Behind me is like our sample wall of shirts, and that's what we use when we're helping customers decide, you know, what brand and style and color of shirt that they want to use. And right here behind me on the table, we have a sample of the shirt that we're going to be printing today for the library. Alright, so here it is. Imagine Your Story Summer Reading Series Program 2020, celebrating 50 years of the Summer Reading Program Series. Okay, and right behind me over here, we've got Dewey. Dewey's our accounts manager, and he's the guy that you're going to talk to when you call on the phone. He's the guy that helps you figure out all the details on your order, and that's because he's friendly and people like him, and I'm not, and people don't like me. But no, so Dewey is he's the go-to guy. You can see here a little bit like our production management software. This is our customer portal, and basically he works with you to figure out all the details of your order, make sure that we got the right shirt style, make sure that we got the right color, the right sizes and quantities, and then he gets you the link so that you can review and approve everything online. We've got Dustin over here. He's our main press operator working on our back press. Follow me on back this way. So here you can see he's actually printing the shirts coming off the press. And so we're going to show you guys a little bit more about that process here in just a minute. But we've got the Imagine Your Story library shirt actually being printed right now. Back here, this is our shipping and receiving department. So you can see like all of our orders when they ship out go out in our nice custom boxes. And then this here is a big door that we open up every day when we get the shirts in from UPS, and this is our shipping and receiving. So the process here is that basically the shirts come in from our supplier, the blank shirts, and then we count them to make sure that we've got everything that we need. So you can see we've got several jobs lined up, and these are all lined up so that we can start off Monday the next week on the right foot. So every order we print, you can see we've got several different documents here. This is basically like, we call it a production sheet, but it's basically a recipe that shows my production team all of the details and everything that they need to know to make sure that they print the order the right way. So we got several different jobs lined up here. And then here we've got our ink department. So of course, you know, we print lots of different colors. So we have standard colors that we keep in stock, and then we can also custom match ink colors. So keep coming with me this way. Behind me here, you can see these are a lot of screens that we've, these are from jobs that we just finished. So these are all screens that are getting ready to either be reused or get set up on press. So the process is called screen printing. So we go through a lot of and make a lot of screens. And I'm going to show you that process right now. Alright, so here we are, we're in the dark room now, and this is Zach, who's our screen tech, and he runs our screen department. So what we do is called screen printing. So again, it requires us to make a lot of screens. And the way that works is we have these screens here, alright, and we use these again and again and again. So this is like a metal frame that has like a really tight mesh stretched over top of it. And then the mesh gets coated with a green chemical that's called emulsion. And the emulsion is light sensitive, all right, which means that it's kind of like back when they used to have film photography, you use a bright light to expose the emulsion on the screen. So what we got going on here is this machine basically takes the graphic that we're getting ready to print on the shirt, and it transfers it, or it prints it onto the screen. And basically what we're doing is we're creating a stencil, okay? So every single color in the artwork gets its own screen. So this here is for the shirt that we're printing on press right now. This is the black screen. And so what will happen is our art department sends the artwork back to this computer, and it comes to Zach, and then Zach takes that and prints it onto the screen. Go ahead, Zach. And what he's going to do now that the image is finished printing is he's going to take it over here to this piece of equipment. And this is called an exposure unit. All right, and what this does is it's going to shine a really bright light at the screen, and it's going to expose the screen, and it's going to harden that green emulsion, and then everywhere where the black ink was on the screen, that's going to rinse out, and so we're basically creating a stencil. So let's show you how that works. All right, so that same screen that you just exposed, we have one sitting and ready to go. So that's been soaked. This screen has been exposed, and so all of the green chemical, the emulsion is hardened, and then it's been soaking so that you can wash everywhere where the black ink was. Watch what happens here when you get it with the pressure washer. All right, so I'll have Dewey get a close up on that, but basically what we're doing is, so now you can see we basically created a stencil, and so what's going to happen is when we get that screen on press, it's going to allow the ink, so in this case it'll be the black part of the image, it's going to allow the ink to transfer through the screen onto the t-shirt. Okay, so that screen will go over here in this rack and it dries. And then once the screens are dry, we roll them over here and they get taped off. And the tape is just to prevent the ink, any ink from getting anywhere that we don't want it to go. So we tape off the edges with tape. And then they come over here and they get staged and get ready to get set up on the press. So come on over here and we'll show you this part of the process. So here Dustin is actually printing those shirts that we saw earlier. And again, the way that works is, so this graphic has two colors. It has a black and a white. And since we want that white to be nice and vibrant, we actually have two screens. So we have what we call an underlay white and then a top white. So the way it works here is Dustin takes the t-shirt, and you can see he's loading it onto the press, and then the press indexes, and then you can see it prints the first color here, which we're printing the black first. And so you've got a squeegee, is what we call that, and that's what is coming down, and you've got a flood bar, and it floods the ink full of the screen full of ink, and then you have the squeegee, which basically then transfers that ink onto the shirt. Okay, and then what we have here, this is called a flash unit, and that cures the ink. All right, so that makes the ink dry to the touch on the shirt. All right, and then again, the press continues to index around. So as it comes around, you'll see now we've got the black print on the shirt, and that's dry to the touch, okay? And then we're getting ready to print the white. And so this is the underlay white. And again, you've got the flood bar that floods the ink with the ink on the screen, and then the squeegee that transfers it onto the shirt. And then you have another flash here, which is it's gonna lightly cure that white ink. Again, that makes it dry to the touch. All right. So when it comes off here, again, we've got the black is dry and the white is dry. Okay. And then we're gonna print one final white over top of the white in the image, and that's just gonna give it that really nice bright white. All right, and so now that one shirt, it's indexed all the way over to me, and then I can basically pull it off the press. All right, we got our finished image there, and then what I do is I'm going to put it here on this conveyor belt, and this conveyor belt is on this long gas dryer, and this is just basically like a big pizza oven that cooks and cures the ink to a specific temperature to make sure that it gets a full cure all the way through, and so that's what basically make sure that the ink is going to not wash out when you send it through the laundry. All right, so here we got Zach again. Magic Zach made it from the dark room over here at the end of the dryer, but now he's stacking up the shirts and making sure that we got the final count and that we've got all of the shirts that we need for the order, and then they'll get stacked up really nice, boxed up, shipped out to the customer. So, so that's kind of what we do here, and we print about 1,000 shirts a day on average for each press. So there's some days if you know, depending on how much work we've got, sometimes we've got both presses running, and you know, we're printing shirts and making lots of cool designs. Here's another one. It's kind of cool. This is like a multi-color design here, so you can see, you know, we print lots of different cool things for lots of different cool customers, and that's how a t-shirt's made. So I hope you enjoyed the tour, and thanks for watching, and stay safe and healthy, and hope that we can see you again next year.